Thank you, Dave, for giving us that message. Kind of tying in with that, we found some little handouts here from an organization called American Majority, and you can see Ed here to get these. Talking about what do we do from here on out to keep it long. Keep our going. You need to go whenever you get home. Be sure and look up activeteaparty.com to see about what you need to do to keep it calm, keep the heat on Washington. Run for local office. Become an effective, informed activist. Help implement government. You can find out more about doing that by visiting activeteaparty.com. Our country was built by people who looked at the situation at hand and said that they're tired of this and it needs to change, and they changed it from the grassroots level. That's what our founding fathers did, and it's time that we stepped up and did our duty too. Right now. His name is Stephen Hill. Stephen graduated from Fort Gibson High School in 1989 and graduated from NSU with a degree in engineering physics in 1994. He's been a project manager for Westboro Electric since 2002. He's also been the mayor of Fort Gibson since 2007 and was handily re-elected this week. He's married to his wife Cheryl, been married for 16 years, and they have an 8-year-old son Tristan and a 5-year-old daughter Kate. Stephen wanted me to say that it's enough to introduce him as a Christian and a true patriot of the United States who wants to see this great nation preserved for future generations. Can you hear me okay? Yeah. Get a distance. Up front. My name is Stephen Hill. My name is Stephen Hill. I am a Christian. I'm a husband and father, and I'm an electrician by trade, and I'm the mayor of Fort Gibson. I'm a citizen of the great state of Oklahoma. I'm not a conservative. That may come as a surprise to you, but if you will consider the definition of conservative, you'll understand why. Webster says that a conservative is one opposed to political changes of a radical nature. I say we need political changes of a radical nature. I don't want what we had yesterday. I don't want to preserve the status quo in Washington. I don't want FDR's New Deal, Bill Clinton's deal, George Bush's deal, or especially Barack Obama's deal. I already had to deal with the federal government. It's called the Constitution. I want a new American nation governed by that Constitution. A new American nation where the Constitution is the basis for all decisions of the government. I want a new American nation where we recognize the wisdom of George Washington when he said that religion and morality were the great pillars of human happiness, and that any man who should labor to subvert these is not a true patriot. I want a new American nation where our government cherishes the public credit of the United States and avoids the accumulation of debt. I want a new American nation that eliminates the unfair tax system, removes the threat of the IRS, and replaces it with a fair tax. American nation where hard work and individual responsibility are rewarded and not punished. Where the spirit of adventure and possibility that made this nation great and settled the American West are alive and well, and not silenced by the burden of out-of-control government. I want a new American nation where local government is more important to us than federal government. Where the people making decisions about our town and our lives are down at City Hall and not in Washington, D.C. Finally, I I want a new American nation of the people, by the people, and for the people, where our hope for tomorrow is based on our strength as a people and not on our belief in the religion of government. Thank you, Stephen. Kind of along that line, one of the things that we do need to do here is we need to get involved on the local level. I've been to some of our city council meetings here in Muskogee, and you want to know how many people show up to hear that? About 5 or 6. They're making decisions that impact our everyday lives, and it's time that the citizens make their voices heard by attending these city council meetings and letting their city council people know. You also need to be sure that you contact your state legislators and your county commissioners and everyone all the politicians that deal with the issues that affect you. From the bottom all the way up to the top. Even contacting your congressman whenever you have an issue. I'm going to introduce our next speaker, Greg Gaither. Greg Gaither is a longtime businessman, currently is a financial advisor for Edward Jones. He served 4 years in the military during Vietnam. He got his BA and master's from NSU and his doctorate from Kansas University. He's also a school superintendent in Kansas. Greg has been married to his wife Linda for 43 years and they have 7 grandchildren.
Can y'all hear me? Yeah. All right. You know, I think one of the most important things that we need to understand...
Put it up where we can hear you.
Do what?
Speak up. Put it to your mouth.
You couldn't hear me? Can you hear me now, Andy? All right. You know, one of the most important things is for us to understand history. How many of you read history? How many of you have heard of the New Deal? Yeah. How many of you have heard of the New Deal? Yeah. All right. Well, let's go back and look at history under the New Deal. FDR, of course, we know was very charismatic. He had the fireside chats, and everybody liked that. Dozens of economists, though, have said because of his policies, unemployment stayed an average of 17% until World War II. Y'all believe that? Yeah. FDR tripled federal taxes during the Great Depression. Federal tax revenues more than tripled from 1933 to 1940. Excise taxes, personal income tax, inheritance tax, corporate income tax, holding company tax, excess profit taxes, all were installed and went up. Consumers had less money to spend. Employers had less money for growth and buying capital goods to increase their business. The burden was placed basically on the ordinary people. He installed an excise tax on almost everything that was purchased. If you bought a new radio, you paid an excise tax. Electricity, excise tax. It was kind of sad that when people were listening to his wonderful, charismatic fireside chats, they were paying the taxes in order to be able to listen to it because they had to buy the radio and electricity. Yeah.